I want to talk about the Giants, Washington, and Philadelphia. So you have seen each of those teams, John Lynch, play live. You've been on the field. And when you look at the Giants and the Eagles, and you look at and Washington, which roster looks the most athletic? Which roster would you pick out and say, I'm going to go with that team down the stretch?
Wow, that's a tough one because none of them look consistently really good. I would say at points this season, I tend to look at the Giants and think, I even think people ask me, who does Carolina left on their roster? Who's the team that could beat them? And it would not surprise me at all if the Giants did, because Eli can put a team on his back. The problem there in New York is that defense, and they tend at the end of the games just not to be able to put people away. But that's the team of all the teams. I think Philly has issues at their quarterback position. Bradford has looked better of late. Washington, I tell you, I think I saw them at the wrong time. I saw them against New England when New England was coming, and they looked like the JV squad. But Jay Gruden has done a tremendous job just kind of continuing to build with that team. They're short of talent, but they're competing hard.
Yeah. It's funny about the Giants. When a team is as bad as they are late defensively, is that just they're gassed? They don't have great personnel? Because, they lead almost every game they play, and then they just go out of gas. Is it possible the Giants are pretty good? They just don't have enough defensive talent.
Yeah, I think we're starting to see this with a lot of teams. Seattle is one that comes to mind, and Seattle's getting hot. But, what this new model in the NFL where 5 or 6 players are making all the money, what it's done to me is it's kind of decimated the depth of teams. And I think the depth of teams, when you start to get injured, when Jason Pierre-Paul is, out for weeks and then not available or not the same guy afterwards, you don't have the depth you once have. That shows up in pass rush. And, I think offensive line play has been real poor throughout the league. And so I think the depth of teams in the fourth quarter, that tends to show out. And so you've seen that not only the Giants, but around the league this year.